On this next exercise, we're going to be working on isolation of the wrist. It's important to note the wrist joint here, and in doing so that we will not move through the finger joint nor the elbow joint here. You'll hear me give the cues of the different portions that we do not want to move as we start to isolate the wrist motion. I'm going to show it in the separation of flexion and extension, and then ulnar and radial deviation, and then we'll show at the end John doing the full circle. First moves we're going to do, keeping either your fingers all together or spread apart, doesn't matter, as long as the joints do not flex or extend when we're doing this exercise. We're going to begin by flexing the hand down as far as possible, and then up into extension as far as possible. Slow and controlled. Down again. As we go into flexion, we want to make sure that the elbow joint does not change its angle at all. Keep it firmly planted onto the leg in this case. When we go into extension of the wrist, we want to ensure that the forearm does not come up off that forearm, off the leg at all in doing the movement. Back to your start. Good. Now we're going to do movement towards the thumb and away from the thumb, radial and ulnar deviation. On the first move, we're going to do towards the ground in this case, so ulnar deviation, and then coming up towards the thumb here. There's not as much movement towards the thumb, so don't anticipate as much. When you go down towards the ground, in this case ulnar deviation, making sure the elbow again does not change the angle. And when we come up towards our thumb, that our forearm does not increase its distance from the leg. Once we've had the isolation of flexion, extension, radial, and ulnar deviation, we can match all four into the full circle. So we'll go into flexion, we'll come into middle movement, full extension all the way up, moving out into ulnar deviation, down and around, and then we can also do the other direction. So we'll come out into full extension up, radial deviation, and down to the ground, again controlling that the wrist is moving without the elbow changing its angle.